Good morning. Brandon Hardison back with you again on our series of speaking. Like myself, many speakers out there who are either doing it on their own, part of some type of society, whether in a state or national speaking society. Our world has been flipped around, and now we have to go through these technology tools and boxes, and sometimes it's not the best for everybody. We don't come across the way we want. So we're just continuing this a series of just little things to remember as you go through it. So whether you're a new speaker who wants to get in front of a room or an audience, or you've been doing it before, just some things to remember. So let me bring you to one of those worst situations where you're with a series of speakers and the person before you just totally destroyed the audience. They are in disarray and they don't care who comes out next. They're going to eat their lunch too. So, a couple things we need to just concentrate on. How do you hold a crowd, even though they're irate about something that had nothing to do with you? So naturally, we have to be confident. Speaking is a confidence trick, if you will. What gives you exposure as a speaker is your ability to calm, to control, to get a crowd to listen to your content because you personify King Kong. You've shut down what happened in the past, and now they're refocused again on you. It's a beautiful thing. Now, how can we do this? Always remember, be authentic. Too many times people go off the cuff, they hear things from other people, they see things on YouTube, and they say, yeah, you know what? I would like to do that. Let me jot some of that information down. And now the information is being lost because you're trying to stay on track with the notes that you copied from someone else, and without practicing, you came to the podium or you're in front of the people and you're not authentic. Another thing I would say to concentrate on, how about being appropriate? Once again, knowing your audience is key for all of this. If we know exactly what our auditory, what our content is going to be, we can hold the people to that. Another thing that really irritates a lot of folks, maybe you don't realize it, but they deal with it. Be brief. If it's your turn to speak and they told you you had a certain amount of minutes because there's some other things on the program that we need to cover, why do you feel that you need to dominate and take up more of the time on the program when they asked you at the beginning to be brief? Not that hard. Whatever your content message that you wanted to get them to understand, you can still do it. Let me just find a way to tailor it down. Many of the best ways to do it is by opening up, and let me know if you've heard it before. I want to tell you a story. Anytime people hear things about a story and people who are front of the room, people who are comedians, people who are politicians, people who are teachers, coaches, sales people, attorneys, if you ever listen to them, that's how you get a crowd back. I want to tell you a story. Let me share something with you. You'll get them to refocus back on you so I can briefly hit the points that I want to hit, stay within the time frame that they asked me to do, and boy, they're going to love you for it. Also, with today's technology. Please be smart with technology. There's no need to show 40 PowerPoint slides with all of these words on it, and you're reading each one. That is suicide because you're going to lose the audience immediately. You can do it with less words on the screen, maybe more visual to reinforce what you're trying to mean with that. But please don't put people to sleep with a whole lot of PowerPoint slides where you're just reading verbatim off of it. You will lose them immediately. Another thing, just want to remind you, you're at an adult event. Okay, people are loose. They're having some adult beverages. It's time for you to come up, and you're not on the top of the game because maybe you're a slight little tipsy, and it may be cute for a second, but believe me, after a while, people are infuriated because they don't understand your content. They don't understand your message. You don't even understand your message because you've gone off in left field because your noggin is just like their noggin. There's nothing really to listen to. So, what does all this mean? I say it each and every time. Be prepared. The only way to be prepared is to practice. We must practice. We must practice. I don't care if it's a mirror. I don't care if it's a spouse or a loved one. I don't care if it's your little ones. I don't care if it's your animal. I don't care if you use a recorder. Practice. See, because we want to sound impromptu. We want to sound like I do this every day. I want to sound like there's no notes, pages. I may have a couple of bullet points I want to touch on and refresh myself, but the more you can sound that it's just coming out of your experiences, that the content that you're delivering is internalized because I live this and you see how I deliver it in this impromptu way, that's when you really know that the people in the audience are saying, hey, that person really knows how to control a crowd. Now, if some of that makes sense, come back again for the next edition. Once again, Brandon Hardison, president of Champion Strategies, saying, have a good day.